explosive timing. As soon as you're level 3, that gyrocopter can just die. This is something we used to see teams do ages ago, like 4 or 5 years ago, let's say, when Clockwork was more popular. So I don't mind that matchup at all for 33.
So far in the mid lane, see Ori and Limp playing the edge here. Limp, oh, he got greedy. He tried to stick around for the courier.
And bottom.
But he ends up feeding first blood. Back down bottom, VG.Dy also keeping the pressure up on this lane. As PYW did try and get in, does have to retreat.
He got tossed under tower. Now they're actually having to try to retreat. Hanskin does have another toss in a second. If he can look for a good hero to go for on it, he's not able to actually get on top of anybody.
But that mid lane play there from Limp was, I mean, that was all him. Just getting aggressive, getting greedy. He saw the courier, took a couple of hits, couldn't even get the second hit off, costing him his life.
Yeah, and he was doing actually pretty damn well in that matchup until that point. He was actually leading pretty hard in the harassment as well as the last hits. And now Ori, he's actually instantly queued up. He's actually got a bracer at base, and he's queued up a Wraithband. So it's going to make himself a little bit tankier so he can't actually die to the threshold of Puck's damage burst in those early few levels. Be pretty strong as we see PYW. He's going to get some freebie here.
There's an easy courier.
He wants another one. He actually saw the secondary one. He's going to be able to get that one too. He's trying.
I mean, with the movement speed, he should. Yeah, he's going
to be able to get it, I think.
He's going to get a second courier for sure.
Oh my god. That is pretty devastating. Your tri-lane just lost 2 of your couriers.
Very nice for PYW. Not only getting those couriers, but of course earlier avoiding feeding his life away. As Vici Gaming off to a pretty hot start. First 3 minutes in, 1-0, and they're at a 1K gold advantage already. Yeah,
and when they run this aggro tri-lane, even though we've been seeing a lot of aggro tri-lane, especially versus these weaker laners like Morphling, Slark, etc., they're with them.
Yeah, very hard for sort of Alliance's heroes to trade damage back on him successfully. Each time he has the earth up. And I'm going to try and go for the kill, at least pressure him whilst the Scorch Surf does end, but still not enough damage.
Up top, he's in trouble. He just dies to Eurus alone.
He does try to get him with a wraparound, but 33 isn't quite there to help go for the kill. A bit premature there with the move, Hanskin.
But now 33, he's trying to turn for it here. There's a Rubik for backup. Is he going to be able to help in time? He should be able to just throw him out of the cogs.
Yeah, they have to sort of just toss him away with the 2 braces. 33, very tanky at the moment. So each and every time it's just a case of keeping the clock off the gyro. They cannot really threaten his life. Hanskin, he can play aggressive though. Gets in under the tower, gets the toss back. Into the cogs he goes. Eurus' trap will be able to get his way out of the cogs. Homing missile holds back the clockwork. Extra TPs are coming in from VG.Dy. Ori, he's ready to make the rotation. 33, he's been the core that's been the happiest at the moment so far in Alliance, but now he'll get pressured as the rotation from Ori grants them the kill. And at the same time, Yang, he's able to get the kill on Nico, baby. Both cores on both sides of the map taken out by VG Gaming.
Have a better start because he did get pressured a bit on that gyrocopter here, but now level 6, and they're still looking great. 2K advantage, and they're really putting the pressure onto Nico, baby.
See, Alliance though, they're still there by Nico Baby's side, trying to set something up for him, but Yang's just too tanky to go on each time. Able to walk away from them. Limp's going to come up with a rotation. Dream card down onto the one of them. The orb does hit Yang, but they'll have to turn their focus towards the Wyvern. DY is healing himself back up to full with the cold and break, not back in the silence. But again, Ori making these moves to the side lanes.
800 movement speed.
Out of there. Barnett's keeping away. He'll manage to escape, but Limp, Hanskin is so low.
Oh my god, the speed.
He's zooming in behind the tower, kills up Hanskin and Limp, and now Nico, baby, he's going to get silenced up by the Blood Ray. Ori's not done yet. Yang will finally fall, but Ori just cleans up with the rotation. Once again, this Bloodseeker, Ori from that first kill he got into the mid lane, he is using his power to perfection. Look at the top lane to the bottom lane, he's making so much work.
Look how many chain lightnings. With the Scorch Earth, when the chain lightnings, they got so low. I was actually looking, I'm like, they're dropping below 40%. I wouldn't be surprised if Ori just zooms down here, and he did 800 movement speed, easily able to clean up some kills here. 4-0-1. Great start for the Clockwork positioning.
And there's, you know, there's a lot of little things in Dota 2 that have that sort of knock-on effect, but it really is, you kind of look back to that mid-play where Limp gives up that kill, and suddenly Ori has that edge to have the good lane, and then, you know, you give Ori that sort of advantage. He is the sort of player that will know exactly how to utilize it elsewhere to secure all 3 lanes for his team.
And he knows he can act as that ganker because they have a Doom, they have a gyrocopter, they have great ways to scale. He can actually move around as much as he wants. He also finds a very good item for Bloodseeker. I think this is just a very very good item, period, but that Faded Brooch is super nice. The extra movement speed, always going to be nice. Extra mana pool, pretty much on any hero, as far as I've seen it, works out very nicely. And they're just keeping the aggression here. An immediate doom.
Yeah, he just drops it down straight away on a Hanskin, and they're ready to dive in. TPs will come through as 33 wants to try and help out the team, but on the backline, Zori, he's in with a blood right, clips on a fighter, hook shot attempted by 33. They do trap Ori, he's going to be able to get the kill. The save there for DY in the corner brace. It's healing Ori out, but is it enough? Alliance, they try to finish off the Bloodseeker, they get it. They'll take down Ori, but 33, he's falling low. Yang diving in, the Winter's Curse holds back Lim, but 33, he can still get away. They're not going to lose the clock for now. Alliance, can they find more out of this trade? They're bringing down PYW, but the Dukes are there. They'll turn the silence to Firebolt. Lim's going to get himself heightened.
Oh my God, PYW?
He's charging in with a score itself. Lim's got another off to jump away. DY will pick up fighter on the back line. They'll lose PYW as 33 and Lim both incredibly low on the escape. They are going to Bloodseeker back in the game in 5 seconds. So Limp and 33, they've got to somehow get away from this advance from VG Gaming.
Ori's coming.
Aren't done yet with the team fight. Hanskin is around.
Ori's coming.
But he cannot help out 33. It doesn't look like, as he slowly burns to the icy fire of DY and Yang.
Lim trying to suicide to neutrals. It's gonna... He can't. They actually aren't getting him. They switch to Ori. And now Hanskin as well. Looks like he's gonna get chased out here for a moment.
They'll get the toss back, and that will keep him safe. But still, Alliance, as try as they might, they do manage to get some action going their way, but still overall, it's a win for VG Gaming.
Ori respawned and had 930 movement speed, just chasing Limp immediately after TPing mid, catches up to him very fast. Nico Baby gets some space to recover in that top lane, which is more than twice as farmed as him very quickly.
Eyes on the top lane again, 33. Trying to scout out any action behind the tower. DY will show. 33 has got a hook shot.
It is a Wyvern, though. He can just fly over.
Very true. Even with Hanskin by his side, there's still the chance that DY can play his way out, especially with the Winter's Curse ready to go once again.
Yeah, they have to be careful about any type of aggressive moves on a Wyvern. You just get cursed and completely turned from the combo that we mentioned earlier from Vici.
And Eurus just getting aggressive in the jungle. He's level 12 now.
They want to try to get... They wanted to try to get Limp there, but unable to.
Dire structures are fortified.
Cancel TPs coming out.
Invisibility.
VG Gaming, I mean, they know that they're
feeling it.
They can go wherever they want on the map.
They've got a full pipe on Yang, and you look at the lineup as an Alliance, they're pretty much all magic damage. And the instant Lip.
They've got the Doom, drop down, Limp's in trouble, burst out the hook straight away. Cannot be there as 33 just falling low on the front lines. The homing missile burst him down. Ori's diving in, forcing Nico Baby to retreat. As Alliance just have to back off again. They lose 2 cores. VG Gaming, they don't lose anything. They're able to take the tier 1 tower. And it really does feel so far in this game that Alliance's lineup, it just feels helpless against the power that VG Gaming's heroes can bring.
Yeah, a couple mistakes in the laning phase by both Limp as well as 33. Well, 33's a clockwork. He didn't find successful rotations, and now they're in just a super tough spot. They're, like we said, versus a pipe on Yang, and they're all magic damage. That negated the entire fight there. Is now Hanskin. He's just getting run down. They're just going to use the curse to set up the stomp.
I mean, they know with the lead that they've got, VG Gaming, they can really use their spells at any sort of liberty that they wish for.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Eurus is free farming while all this is happening, so sure, why not?
So head up, make sure that map control does indeed continue to be incredibly superior for themselves. Holding on to the outposts in preparation for the 20-minute mark already. They know that they can grab that and take the tier 1 tower top. It'll be incredibly hard for Alliance to get themselves back in with any sort of XP advantage. Limp.
Oh my God.
Straight up dead. PYW with a setup, the catch into the blood right. There's no way for Limp to get out of there. 10K lead already at 15 minutes in.
So we've seen Puck have very successful games throughout majority of this tournament. However, a lot of the times it hasn't been versus a lot of these instant disables. When you're playing versus Rubik, when you're playing versus Wyvern, your game gets so much harder because you can't actually do anything to prevent these lifts. You just get lifted inside of a single disable, and you're probably dead until you get either a Yule Scepter or some type of protective mechanism for yourself.
Hanskin, he's trying to go in there, but Yang, he's right by him. Hanskin tried to pass him by to go for a play.
Oh my.
But he just ends up losing his life and accomplishing absolutely nothing at all.
This is getting quite out of hand very quickly here.
The only thing that I can really see here for Alliance is maybe they get a good fight with the Morph, getting the flak.
VG running all over the place, and they have tanky heroes too, and they're building very quick aggression items. Eurus almost has the BKB finish too, and like we keep saying, it's all magic damage on Alliance until the way later stages where Morphling can.
Another catch, Winter's Curse, they have the Doom available if Yang wants to commit. He won't though, there is Fighter and maybe a chance for a turnaround. They'll commit with the Dream Coil, popping the ult too, but he's so tanky, Yang. Can they actually kill him off? 33 is trying to step in Alliance, they've got the full squad here together to try and find the kills. The Cogs will block off Yang, they do burst down DY gets the cold embrace out in time on Yang, and now Yang, he's got his friends coming in to help.
Oh god, Ori.
Butter cannot move.
My god.
Ori, he can zip it around. Lim's Curry is dead. The Blink Dagger on the sidelines. They've lost 3 Alliance. And Ori's not done. He's continuing to chase for Lim. Lim trying his best to hide, to juke them out. They're on top of him with that vision. They see its every move. Another jump into the trees. Lim, he'll go for the TP. Can Yang find him? He doesn't even need to. The Scorched Earth burns him out. All 4 dying there on a
16,000 gold lead, 15,000 experience lead. Whew.
I think, Alliance, as I say, they're looking towards that high ground defense. That's going to be the chance that they have.
Yeah.
If they get an item or 2 extra on Nico, baby, he's able to take control of the flak, start to kick some damage out in the midst of the fights. Maybe they have a chance if VG Gaming do make mistakes on the attempt to push high ground, but with the lead that VG Gaming have, they're going to have to make a lot of mistakes to really sort of hand a chance back over to Alliance this game.
They're literally going to have the triple BKBs on their cores. Yang's about to have his finished as well, so none of these cores can actually die to what Alliance has right now unless they really overplay and like their BKB wears off. We see that Blade Mill is starting to come into play a little bit versus Ori, but he doesn't really care too much as 33 just dies immediately.
Yeah, the best bet for Alliance is just to get everybody else out of there. As it has indeed been a rough showing here from the Clockwork. A bit of a new hero, something we don't get to see a lot. And 33, he's not really making a great case for the hero so far this game.
Like we said, this is the problem with Clockwork. You don't get successful rotations and your game is pretty much just over. And it makes the hero look even worse when you don't get those successful rotations. BKBs are out now, so 3 BKBs for VG on the cores, as we were saying, and they're gonna have an Aegis to boot. Nico, baby, you're gonna have to do something spectacular here and make VG throw the game somehow for yourself, as it's kind of all in your hands at the moment here.
Nico, baby. Gotta be a little careful. I guess with the Lincolns, at least has that sort of safety against Yang. In fact, he's gonna try and interrupt Yang from looking to take away the outpost. Will force Yang back, spooks the Doom away. And the rest of Alliance, you see each of them just trying to push out lanes, hide in trees, soak up whatever experience they can. Lim steps forward, he gets baited in by the rune in the river. VG Gaming are waiting for him. And another death for the Limp Puck.
That lift into silence. Panel mentioned about the curse. It's the same. Rubik, just these instant disables just makes your game so hard. Limp getting really punished on it as VG. They're just closing the map very quickly onto the side of Alliance. They don't have much space to farm. And now they want to continue and look for some tier 2s as they're actually pushing both. Eurus taking top, Ori taking mid. This map is getting just smaller and smaller and smaller for Alliance. Nico Baby's trying his best to do his own type of split push here. We'll at least be able to get that tier 1.
And he nearly has at least a diffusal blade, so some sort of punch will be there from the Morph, but still finding a team fight in which he's actually able to commit aggressively. It's going to be so hard anytime VG Gaming group up and push.
And it's just him, like we keep saying, right? The Puck has been shut down so much. Limp, not really going to have that traditional thing that we've been seeing from the Pucks where, you're doing so much damage during your coil with your phase shift attack over and over again. It's a Morphling on his own versus both a Doom and a Wyvern. These two heroes are your traditional, just destroy that 4 protect 1 strategy.
Radiant are scanning.
And they can just keep themselves aggressive here with that Aegis, with their BKBs.
They're trying for a smoke out, but as soon as they spot Yang blocking the way, smoke moves put to an end. Hansken does get the toss up to the high ground underneath the tier 3 tower, but Hansken loses his life for it. Dream Coil's down. Glimmer King will be there to keep Yang safe. Zip ball for Nico Baby, trying to burst these kills down. Eurus is low. He's going to fall the one.
We'll drop the ones.
Take the Aegis away.
He will turn into the gyrocopter. He has the flak prepared on Nico Baby. You can see all the cores, they're holding their BKB. That's the one thing on VG. They have the backup of DY with that Cold Embrace and Glimmer. They didn't want to pop an early BKB versus this fight.
And considering they are 20k behind, taking away the Aegis like that, you know, that's sort of like the best play that Alliance has had happen for them so far this game. It's something.
Yeah, you know, at their tier 3s, getting tossed back by Hanskin.
Radiant's top tower
Was definitely a little bit of something there. But VG, they're just going to step back up here. They got what they came for. Even though they lost their Aegis, they're still in a very comfortable position here. As we have bounties coming up, they're going to be able to claim all 4 of those and increase that lead. And Eurus level 20 as well.
I was going to say some insane levels being hit. Level 20 Jara, highest else on the side of Alliances. This is Nico Baby sitting down at level 17, about to hit the 18.
He had a lot of stacks for himself. That's the one thing I did notice. They were stacking jungle, they were stacking Ancients as well for Eurus to get enabled.
Scanned him out, Nico Baby quick with the waveform TP. Will get away before Yang's able to hunt him down.
I like how Yang's also, usually these games we see them go for like a 4-step or something to break Linken's on the Doom, but they have so many Linken's breaker as we said, and goodbye Fata.
Yeah, not much going to be achieved with that, apart from forcing VG Gaming to react and head to the top half of the map, maybe giving some space for Alliance to make some plays down bottom.
The Linken's break with the clumsy net, I believe it was.
And look at the curse into the Doom. He did shift up into strength. He needs a lot of help though, if he's going to have any sort of chance of getting away from this, and he cannot. Eurus stays on top of Nico Baby, the mortal fall. Yang's chasing down 33. 33, Battery Assault will not hold the Doom at bay, as again, continued core losses on Alliance.
That's pretty hype. The clumsy nut to break the Linken's, and then you can curse him afterwards. All right, I like it, DY. And with that kill, like we said, these are the ones that you just have to throw everything onto the Morphling, and you're going to be in a great spot for Vici. That's exactly what they do, is going high ground here. Not looking pretty easy for them.
I mean, Limp's trying his best. Trying to do a little bit of ratting with the puck. Knocking at the tier 4s up top, but of course VG Gaming, with the commitment to hit down mid, will have no trouble taking away the rags, jump forward, quick burst to blow up Fata.
He's gonna get the tier 3 up top though, at least, on Limp.
He does.
Gonna be some rotations coming in.
An instant die back there on the Crystal Maiden.
I think he's trying to maybe cancel some TPs or something along those lines.
Hanskin does get the toss back. Nico Baby's TPing in very aggressively. He's going to go straight to us, and the Linken's has been popped. He needs help, but he will get it. Limp jumps in. He'll turn into the gyro form.
He's low on HP though. He kind of has to be a bit careful of himself here.
I think we just had a hook shot into the backside of Hanskin.
Oh,
so not quite the.
Pretty impossible to come back from. This one's looking pretty impossible, as we've been saying for a bit here.
33.
Uh-oh.
A little bit of wishful thinking here, trying to take an outpost.
There's lots of rotations though. Alliance, they do have like everybody here.
They do cancel the TPs as well, so maybe now actually Alliance can go back in and get this. They'll find PYW in the trees, they'll manage to get him out. He does slide to the side, Dream Coils drop down, no messing around from Alliance. They have to guarantee they get any sort of kill that is sort of handed in front of them, and they do find it.
Small something. If they can keep control of that for another minute and a half, they will be at least to get themselves a nice surge of experience, which they desperately need. The cores, these cores on Vici are just so massive. Continuing to grow that lead, and they just have so much space on the map to work with. Like we said, Alliance's map is just very small, and it's just difficult to make these type of plays.
No, Alliance are certainly doing their best efforts to at least keep that top lane shoved down. Make sure that all 3 lanes aren't pushed in against them.
Yeah,
because considering they are 28,000 gold behind, they're still trying their best to make sure that VG Gaming aren't quite prepared to go for the high ground siege once again.
Oh, Hanskin, he's been seen, but also the puck has been seen as Limp. There's a ward on that Tinker Cliff.
Yep, they'll know now. But they'll know after Limp's had to take a good minute there on the sidelines.
And now they race to the outpost, but at the same time, Nico Baby on bottom, he's also racing toward the opposing side outpost, so maybe Alliance will be able to keep themselves one, but actually the ports gets cancelled.
Yeah, Hanskin was in with the Avalanche. He's able to stop Yang from being able to move across the map. It will cost Hanskin his life. Actually, looking at it, Nico Baby's not actually going for the outpost.
He has some time. He's got a couple seconds. Right. He should be able to get it.
He should still be fine.
Yep. So at least they'll get that one, so get themselves a little bit of experience.
Yeah, only just. He was cutting it pretty fine there.
Yeah, he really was.
In fact, was he cutting it too fine?
Perfect.
Ooh, okay. Time to the millisecond there, Nico, baby. Understandable.
Oh, that was close. PYW got in range to get the spell steal, but Yang unable to actually get the Doom.
Yeah, he has to use the BKB like this, Nico, baby.
Yep.
He's got to play as defensive as possible whilst getting as much as he can from the very limited map that he's been left due to VG Gaming's dominance so far this match.
Honestly, it really feels like he should just queue up a Rapier in this game. It doesn't really feel like he has any other option. Like, sure, he saw the butterfly from that gyrocopter, and Rapier at least gives you that true strike now. He needs to be this 1v5 core, because I don't see any other way for them to have a chance in this one.
Titan Sliver picked up by Limp. Does he want to be holding on to that? Do you think we're gonna get that passed over to Nico?
That's gonna get it's probably gonna get passed over to Nico, but he is carrying a greater Fairy Fire and stuff like that.
That's a solid plus 35. You're right.
They're probably just focused more on just so many things. Yeah, he's gonna pass it over.
And they've got the repair kit.
Okay, they do have a repair kit.
33, trying to step forward. Limp's looks to try and jump in on the back lines. Gets the Dream Call out onto two of them. Commitment to 33, but 33, he just died so quickly. The clock will fall. Silence is down to Nico, baby. He's already started to shift. The Linkers have been popped. BKB, but he's been ruptured. They have managed to find PYW. PYW actually buys back. He wants to be here to try and close up the game. Cheese is popped, or he's back up to full. Handskin is dead without buyback as VG Gaming pushed 33 in Alliance back towards the fountain. Purus, he's aggressive. He still has that second life of the Aegis. Can Alliance even pop in the ones? It doesn't look like they can. VG Gaming just focused down a second set of rags. They'll get it without any sort of contest, and there it is. Alliance have had enough. GG is called, and VG Gaming take game one in incredible style. And